when Kenneth Okonkwo was blaming Peter Obi for endorsing non-Labour Party members to contest for election on the platform of the Labour Party. I did not quite understand what he was saying, because I also thought that when you have alliance with people, it's good to let somebody with a stronger presence contest and all support such a person from the other party, so that you can all win. But now, when I googled defections from the Labour Party into the All Progressives Congress, then I came to understand what what Kenneth Okonkwo is saying in his video, blaming Peter Obi for endorsing non-Labour Party members to contest for election on the platform of the party. Because when I googled this morning defections from Labour Party into the All Progressives Congress, I found that they are elected persons on the platform of the Labour Party in the House of Representatives. I read 4 reps dumped Labour Party for the All Progressives Congress, and then another rep dumped Labour Party for the All Progressives Congress. So now I say, aha, this is what Kenneth Okonkwo was talking about, that he was bent on fielding only Labour Party members, while Peter Obi was easily convinced to endorse non-Labour Party members to contest on the platform of the election. So now the result has come out that elected persons on the platform of Labour Party are dropping the party. But we must not forget, though, that even it happened to the People's Democratic Party. So it's not peculiar to the Labour Party, as a matter of fact. It's not peculiar. Yeah, what about the governor of Delta State? Sheriff Francis Oborewori and the Akwa Ibom governor Umo Eno, and others in the People's Democratic, dropping the People's Democratic Party for the All Progressives Congress. So I want to ask Kenneth Okonkwo to look at it from that point of view, that even that it is a problem that affects also some other parties and not just the Labour Party. So he should not take it that Peter Obi actually made a terrible mistake, because to contest and win gave honor to the Labour Party. Yes, and it means also that the electoral outing of Obi as the presidential candidate of the Labour Party might have been helped by these people who contested the election on the platform of the Labour Party. So it was not all a loss. In fact, it was not a loss, except now that such elected members into the House of Rep in particular are defecting together with their followers. But it's not peculiar to Labour Party, and so the blame should not be put on the doorstep of Peter Obi, because it worked for him for his own presidential election, and the fact that these people are defecting it's not peculiar to Labour Party. It has affected the People's Democratic Party more. Even non-elected members of the People's Democratic Party are defecting. What's his name? Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State said nobody, according to Ayodele Fayose, the former governor of Ekiti, under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, who still prides himself as a member of the People's Democratic Party, said they are going to support the presidential re-election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu without defecting from the People's Democratic Party. So that is the issue. Yeah, that's the issue. But the grouse with the chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, and the fact that trust in Joe Ajaero and Festus Osifo as Labour Party leaders is not something one can repose confidence in. That one is there. But as I said in an earlier video, Peter Obi and Kenneth Okonkwo should please reconcile, because they should not work at cross purpose, pursuing the same goal of liberating Nigeria from the quagmire of insecurity and worsening mass abject poverty. Peter Obi is not as guilty as Kenneth Okonkwo thought. No, he wasn't as guilty. I also believe that where a party is strong, let the party produce the candidates and you others support. But betrayal is the issue, and nobody can foreclose all betrayers. No. We are all deceived. We are all scammed. Nobody can be wiser than being scammed. That I've come to discover. That the brightest person can be scammed, or betrayed, deceived. Did Ajaero and Festus Osifo not betray Nigerian workers? And now they are parading themselves as chief saint of the Labour Party, and that's where Peter Obi must be warned. So, but for the coalition, must put its house in order, give us a good manifesto indicating what will happen to the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community. Are you still going to continue the war or seek peace so that Nigeria can have peace? The civil war lasted 3 years. The war against the Boko Haram Muslim community has lasted about 16 years. And the end is not in view, but that more terrorist groups are emerging in the name of armed bandits that are controlling some local governments, and they are powerful, particularly in the north. And added to that, herdsmen terrorism. So all this must be resolved. The zonal marginalization must be resolved. Religious marginalization must be resolved, even though our constitution does not even allow us to bring in the issue of religion. But when you hear of a Muslim ticket, President Tinubu must choose a Muslim as his running mate from the north. All of this is politicization of religion, and so we cannot totally close our eyes to it. So there must be balance. But on the whole, Nigerian politicians should put away religion and face the problem of Nigeria. Religion has become an albatross on the way to Nigeria's development, and our constitution does not support it. So the illegality of politicizing religion must be removed. Without saying there must be no justice and equity. So, and that is where the issue is: equity, zonal equity, religious equity, political equity. All these are missing in Nigeria. How will the coalition do justice on that score? Because where there is no justice, what do you expect? Economic injustice is created by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu claiming fuel subsidy and removing all other subsidies. So, what are Nigerians to enjoy from having abundance of petroleum, unlike Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and other places who are better off because of petroleum money? But now the removal of subsidy is making Nigerians to suffer in the midst of plenty. So that dirty language, scam called fuel subsidy, must never be mouthed by any sincere politician. But how to use petroleum money to develop Nigeria, make Nigeria a better place for citizens. Again, Peter Obi and Kenneth Okonkwo bury the hatchet, reconcile for progress, because Labour Party under Peter Obi was strong. So we cannot blame him for betrayal. Even if you advise him and he thought otherwise, is also human, because to err is human, to forgive is divine. And we all make mistakes. Nobody is infallible, but we must acknowledge our mistake, correct our mistake, make atonement for our mistake, so that life can continue on the path of progress. That's my plea. Peter Obi, Kenneth Okonkwo, neither of you has anything to gain from the face-off. There was a misunderstanding. Let's resolve the misunderstanding and let life continue. And you make your contribution to the coalition, so that it can be a solid foundation for Nigeria's peace, unity, and progress.